what you're going to do for lab today is you are going to measure how the period of a pendulum depends on the amplitude. So the frequency is how many times it swings back and forth in a second. The period is the time it takes for a swing. And we call the amplitude how big the swing is. So for example, I could have a little amplitude, that means a small swing, or I can pull it back a lot and have a big amplitude, that's a big swing. So what we're going to do in this experiment is we're going to start by making sure that this is right on 0 degrees. So make sure you turn this so that it's right on 0. And then you're going to pull it back to 5 degrees. So you're going to pull it back right here to 5 degrees, and you're going to let it swing. And you're going to time it how long it takes for 10 swings. So there's going to be 1 swing, 2 swing, 3 swing. You're going to do that for 10 swings and record that time in your spreadsheet. The spreadsheet's on Google Classroom. Once you've done that, somebody else in your group is going to pull it back to 5 degrees and do it again. And then if you guys get the same answer within 1 second, you find the average, take that time and divide by 10, and that'll be the period. Then we're going to go, instead of 5 degrees, we're going to pull it back to 10 degrees and repeat the whole thing. Then you can go to 15 degrees, 20 degrees, 25 degrees, and all the way to 30 degrees. And for each of those times, you're going to find the period, and then you're going to graph the period versus the amplitude. So we're going to measure the amplitude, how big the swing is in degrees. That's going to go on our x-axis. On our y-axis will be the period, and then you will try to find a mathematical model and then tell me how the amplitude, how the period depends on the amplitude. Okay? So that is the first part of your lab today. When you are finished that, you're going to go back to Google Classroom, and there's another activity to do called Finding Math Models. It's called CO4.01. And for that one, you're going to log into the online homework system. It's going to give you a set of data. You're going to copy and paste it into your spreadsheet, and you're going to find a mathematical model for that and answer the questions. Okay? If you finish those 2 jobs, you can go back and work on old labs that you may not have finished. A lot of you have not finished homework lab 4.2, the pendulum lab, where we looked at how does the pendulum depend on its mass, for example. So you can go back and work on those if you're all finished. But today, the main 2 assignments are to do the experiment with the amplitude of a pendulum, and then finding the math model for the set of data that's online. It's called C-04.01. And both those links are in Canvas. Okay.